in maize purchase from farmers and another brewing row over fertilizer purchase. Our Brenda Zederedido is giving us some perspectives ahead of this particular meeting, which will no doubt be crucial for farmers. Brenda, a very good afternoon to you. Bring us up to speed with what to expect in this particular meeting with Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri.
Good afternoon, JC Rogers. And as you rightly put it, Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri is this afternoon expected at the National Assembly. Specifically, he's at 2:30. He's expected to appear before the National Assembly Agriculture Committee, just to explain why there has been delay when it comes to distribution of the subsidized fertilizers, not only for maize farmers, but also for farmers who deal with flowers. Remember, Jesse, the government was supposed to purchase the subsidized fertilizers in October last year and ensure that this fertilizers, the subsidized fertilizers, distributed by the end of January, so that all farmers can start, preparing for the planting season of maize that is expected to start from February this month until the month of April, especially for farmers within the Rift Valley region. But that did not happen because, remember, during the NCPB 2.1 billion shillings maize scandal, it forced the government to stop the purchase of the subsidized fertilizers, and so it meant that there was no any purchase when it came to that. And also the Attorney General, that is Kihara Kariuki, also advised the ministry to put that to a halt until all this is sorted out, because even the person who was given the tender of actually purchasing the subsidized fertilizer to distribute, to give it to the government so that the government can distribute it to the farmers, it had this company, the person who owns this company, had a lot of questionable integrity. There wasn't rather a lot of integrity questions about the company that was given that tender. So hence the Attorney General advised that the purchase of the fertilizer be put on hold until all this is sorted out. So that is the reason as to why there has been a delay. And of course, when it comes to this purchase of the subsidized fertilizer and distribution to farmers. But also, Jesse, it will be surprising to hear what Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mwangi Kiunjuri will tell Parliament, because members of Parliament, as you remember last week, summoned the CS for Agriculture Mwangi Kiunjuri and CS for Treasury Henry Rotich to appear before that committee and explain what measures they put in place to ensure that these farmers have the subsidized fertilizer. And of course, probably it would be interesting to know what the CS will be telling the committee, because probably the only other option he has, the CS for Agriculture has, is to make a special request to the National Treasury. And of course, once the special request has been put forward to the National Treasury, then it means that Henry Rotich might consider it, and of course it will pave way for the purchase of the subsidized fertilizer. So that is the only option Mwangi Kiunjuri has for now to ensure that these farmers get the fertilizer. So should this special request be put in place by the CS to the National Treasury, then it means that farmers will have to wait until 21 days before they get the subsidized fertilizer. So it's all eyes on the Cabinet Secretary as for now, whether to see whether these farmers will have to wait for 21 days should that special request by Agriculture CS go through to the National Treasury, or probably farmers will end up not having the subsidized fertilizer. But also, Jesse, of interesting point here to note is that the government parastatal that's in charge of, distributing this subsidized fertilizers to the farmers also made a request that farmers, of course, have to go buy these subsidized fertilizers through the open market. But that is also yet to be seen. So it is a matter of, it's a game of wait and see between the government and the farmers, who are curiously waiting to see whether they'll get the subsidized fertilizer. Back to you, Jess, in studio.
All right, many thanks, Brenda Zederedido, right there, bringing us up to speed with what to expect, even as the Cabinet Secretary for Agriculture, Mwangi Kiunjuri, is set to meet the Agriculture Committee in the National Assembly at around 2:30 p.m., just to bring us up to speed with various things that the government has put in place to ensure the plight of the farmers is well in their minds. All right, let's just link up with our reporter Elvis Koskei right now, even as the National Health Committee on Health is conducting an inspection at the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital in Eldoret. The fact-finding visit will engage the management on the challenges faced by healthcare providers and receivers at the facility. The committee chairperson, Sabina Chege, and her vice, that is Swarap Mishra Rajan, are among a host of members of Parliament in this particular mission. And just as I mentioned earlier, Elvis Koskei is following up on this particular story. Elvis, a very good afternoon to you. What more can you tell us about this?
Good afternoon, Rogers. Yes, we've been here for the better part of the day at the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital, where the health committee is already inside. And as you mentioned before, the chair lady, Sabina Chege, together with Swarap Mishra, who is also the member of Parliament of KSS, may be deliberating on some of the challenges the institution or the facility has been experiencing. Joining me now is Narok West Member of Parliament, Gabriel Tongoya.
Yes, thank you.
I know that we've been inside here for the better part of the day, where we have parliaments from different regions. So maybe what are some of the deliberations that you've been discussing inside there?
Thank you. We came in here as members of Health Committee, and as we know that Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital is a level 6 facility, which is under the management of the national government, which is our role. We've been here since morning, and we managed to meet with the board and of the Moi Referral and Teaching Hospital, and even Moi University, KMTC, and other partners. And we are so impressed in the manner of management being done by this board. Despite that, of course, there are a few other challenges that are being reported and experienced by this facility. Most of them being occasioned by constraint of resources. Yes.
Now, I understand that also some challenges, including the issue of congestion. Maybe as the management talk to you about that?
Yeah, exactly. This facility sits on 80 acres, piece of land, and it serves about 21 counties. It has been reported that it serves about 21 counties, and it has got a capacity of about 1,000. And they're experiencing a lot of congestion and constraint, and the board is in advanced plans to set up a new multi-speciality facility of 2,000 bed capacity. Yes.
Maybe in the North Rift region, we have at least 3 counties. The nurses have already down their tools. Maybe have you discussed the issue of Elgeyo Marakwet, the issue of Trans Nzoia, and also West Pokot counties?
One, I want to commend the nurses of this county. They are not in strike. They're actually already in work. But it's being reported that in the neighboring county, the strike is on. We want to call upon the nurses to sit down with the governors to iron out the issues that are resulting and causing the strike, so that the patient can be able to get the services. Yes.
Lastly, did you have any recommendations?
Yes, quite a number. The facility is already working on Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital Act, and there are a few issues that we probably wanted to see to being discussed. The other thing is about the issue of registrars. There are quite a number working in here, not really being paid. And the other small issues are about human resource. But in general, the facility, I think, is fairly well managed. Yes, and we really commend them for a good job. Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Jesse, that was Gabriel Tongoya, the Member of Parliament of Narok West, who's also the member of the committee. Of course, we're waiting Sabina Chege, there's the media anytime from now, and also the Deputy Chairperson, who's Swarap Mishra, who's also the Member of Parliament of KSS constituency. Back to you, Jesse Rogers.
All right, always a pleasure, Elvis Kuske, just bringing us up to speed, even as the National Assembly's Health Committee takes an inspection tour of the Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital just to take a look at the state of affairs in that particular health facility. And of course, commendable nurses in that particular county are still serving the